Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall-Greider. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall-Greider.
Welcome, everyone. I hope that you're having an amazing day. And for those of you in the U.S. and that it is October 31st, I want to wish you a happy Halloween to all. And as we celebrate that, it's a time where we gather, we connect with friends and family. We're frequently dressing up as different characters as we go door to door. We're putting masks on. I thought it would be timely and great to talk about taking masks off, because sometimes we get so caught up in a role that we're playing in life, a job that we do, a way that we're showing up, it starts to define us. It starts to become what we are and who we are. And in fact, we can get a little lost in it, in the doing part. So today, I want us to talk about taking off the mask to fully tap into our potential, meaning we get to fully step into all of our gifts, our talents, our abilities, so that we can fully share all of who we are, which is an amazing gift, out into the world. Which is also very timely as we're looking at the holidays coming. What a gift to bring to the world, to be able to step more into who we are, more into our gifts and our talents and our abilities and our potential. So I have amazing guests that are coming alongside us today to help us further tap into our gifts, our brilliance, our potential, so that we can share and shine out in the world powerfully while maintaining balance so that it's sustainable. So we have an amazing show lined up. Thrilled to have you joining us. And I want to encourage all of us to make a choice today to be present. And here's why. You had a choice when you dialed in. And by being called and pulled to dial in and to listen in today, I know there is something here for you today. And I want you to be able to receive everything that is here to serve you and to support you fully and stepping into all of who you are and to your potential so that you can live on purpose and with great purpose. But sometimes we can show up physically. We're there and we've turned on in the device that we're listening on, whichever way you like to connect in. But our mind wanders. So we're kind of there in body, but not in spirit and mind. So I want to invite you to choose to be fully present, mind, body, soul, and spirit, so that you can receive everything that is here for you. This whole show was created to support you. And I want you to feel that support, connect in with that, and be open, ready to receive everything that's here. So to do that, let's take a deep breath in through the nose. See how big you can make your belly? And then out through your mouth. Wonderful. Like through a straw, keep breathing. This type of breathing helps bring us present, lowers our cortisol levels and our stress levels, brings oxygen to every cell in our body, which helps us be present. It helps us keep breathing, make good choices. It helps us be open to receive, because we're deliberately connecting in, slowing down, and opening as we breathe. Powerful. Those of you who are driving, please stay safe. Keep both hands on the wheel. You're inwardly tuning in and listening. Those of you who are able to, please put both feet on the floor. Feel it supporting you. Sit back in your chair. Keep that beautiful breath going. And in fact, let's put one hand on your heart, one hand on your head, bringing you all in, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And take another beautiful breath in. And close your eyes. You're absolutely safe. And as you're breathing, connecting in, bringing all of you present, I want us to tap into, what is it you need today? What is it that will encourage you, empower you, support you? What is it that you need to more further step into your brilliance, into your potential, to take that mask off? What is it that you need that will encourage you, uplift you, empower you? And let me add into that you are willing to receive, because you absolutely have choice. So what is it that you need and are willing to receive? And just observe if that alters the information you're receiving a little bit. Please note, I did not ask how. We're not identifying how that need can be met. We're identifying what is the need that you're willing to have met, that you're willing to receive in whatever wonderful and unexpected way that need is met. What are you willing that you need and are willing to receive? Beautiful. Receive that information. Let's take another breath together as we come back into the room. Eyes open, fully present. Wonderful. And let's take a moment and write that down. Please write down what it is that was laid on your heart that you need and are willing to receive. This is part of bringing it forward, creating it, bringing it into reality, getting out of swirling around into us, into the physical present space. We can get distracted and doing and the next thing that's pulling at us or the next shiny object. And I want to encourage us to be mindful and present and attuned to what it is that we need and are willing to receive. And by writing it down, not only are we bringing it forward, but we're able to keep it top of mind and glance down periodically throughout the day. Oh, have I been open and ready to receive that? Because we can sometimes miss the answer because we're attached to how, or we're distracted and looking the other way. So let's keep it top of our radar today, be open, ready to receive all that it is that we need today. Beautiful. We're going to go around our virtual room here and connect in with our amazing guests and have them share from the heart what it is that they need or what was laid on their heart when we took a moment to stop, pause, and listen. And Shannon, I'd love to start with you. What was laid on your heart?
I think for me, just the idea of making sure that I take regular time throughout my day to rest and to not just always be moving and going, but that I need those moments where I regroup and that I'm intentional about that.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. I know for myself, I can get so caught up in the doing sometimes. Time just passes and I can forget to take a break or move around a little bit. So I echo that reminder to build that into the day.
Sure.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And then Dr. Vince, how about you? What was laid on your heart?
I guess one of the most important things for me is to be more and more open to those amazing people around me who hold up a mirror to me and allow me to see myself differently, more effectively, the strengths I have, and to accept those strengths that I have. And I hope to do that for other people too.
Oh, beautiful. I love that. It's so valuable for us to have those mirrors held up to us and to help us see our gifts and talents because we don't always see them. We're so close. So really powerful. Thank you for sharing. And listeners, how about you? Have what we've shared today added something additional or sparked something further in your heart as you're identifying what it is that you need and are willing to receive or are being reminded of? As we get ready to go to our first commercial break and those beautiful commercials are playing in the background, updating you and informing you about things and programs and events and information we want you to have, tune in, listen, and use that time, this time of 2 minutes for you to stop, pause, breathe, and listen to what's being spoken into your heart and spirit. give yourself a moment to integrate it. Instead of adding it to the to-do list, actually give yourself a moment to process it real time. We're going to be continuing our conversation in just 2 minutes, so enjoy these 2 minutes just for you.
Be sure to friend us on Facebook. You can do it right now. Visit facebook.com/Voice America or search for us at keyword Voice America.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Get Unchained. Tune in every Monday for Jane Unchained on the Voice America Influencers channel, featuring nationally recognized best-selling author, TV journalist, and social media influencer Jane Velez Mitchell. This program takes you inside a trending lifestyle that's the next wave of human evolution. It all starts on your plate. If you want to revolutionize your life, get happier, more energized, then discover the secret. Tune in to Jane Unchained Mondays at 10 a.m. Pacific Time and 1 p.m. Eastern Time on the Voice America Influencers channel. Rebecca Hall-Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Have you had a chance to check out Voice America's online magazine and blog? If you love our hosts and shows, check out articles that give an even deeper perspective, plus topics about health and fitness, movie reviews, philosophy, business tips and tactics, spirituality, positive thought, current events, and even more about your favorite host. It's just a click away at blog.voiceamerica.com. That's blog.voiceamerica.com. The Voice America Press Blog. All access, all the time.
We don't follow, we lead. Join us, the Voice America Influencers channel. You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall-Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes, that you resisted that urge to go cross things off the to-do list and really gave yourself the gift of 2 minutes, being present, being still, and listening and receiving. You're going to have those opportunities throughout the show. I'm going to encourage you to use them so that you can integrate what is being spoken into your heart, into your spirit from our conversations today, because they have been especially designed for you. So welcome back, everyone. We've been talking about unmasking our potential for excellence so that we can step fully into our potential, into our excellence, all that we are called to be. So I'm very excited to introduce our first guest today. Her name is Shanna McKee, and she is a communicator at the heart level, heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit. She is a writer, an editor, and a speaker. She coordinates women's ministry at the Redemption Chapel in Stowe, Ohio, where she is a regular teacher and mentor, and she's absolutely passionate about leaving a legacy of excellence, that we can all lean in and do that in our lives. So please warmly welcome the amazing and heartfelt Shanna McKee to the show. Welcome!
Thank you.
You are welcome to I'm excited to present you to on the stage. I always picture it as a stage. And I'm really looking forward to our conversation. I know you and I have known each other for a while. And I was so excited to, when you said yes to leaning in and joining us on the show today so that I can share you out into the world. So that's exciting for me. Glad to have you joining us today.
Oh, I'm glad to be here. It's great. We do a lot of email communication, and it's fun to be more in person. So.
Exactly. Well, I'd love to take a moment as we start our conversation and see why. Why is this work of choosing to leave a legacy and one that is of excellence? Why is that personally so important to you?
I think over the years, I defined leaving a legacy of excellence a lot of different ways, and I think a lot of those ways can come from the culture and be put onto us. And I graduated from college and got married and had kids, and so with every season, I feel like there were other things that I thought, oh, well, no, this is what it means to leave a good legacy, and I would let the world dictate that to me, or let other moms that I thought I should be like dictate that to me. And I think as I have grown through those years and thought, what does it really mean to leave a legacy? I want to be able to be a voice of encouraging other women along that route to not feel like they need to do what someone else says they need to do, but that they would really embrace how they're wired and how God has made them and step into that in a way that they're utilizing all their strengths. And so leaving a legacy for one woman might mean that she's real involved at her kid's school. For another woman, it might be working in a real public setting. So I think that's why it's so important to me, is I want women to enjoy being who they are no matter where they are.
Beautiful. I love that. And the reminder to really feel in and see how we define it and to embrace that and not let that be overrun in a sense by what others are speaking into our life or how they think we should be, but really claiming. Absolutely. I love that, claiming who we are and even celebrating it. I felt like there was some celebration and appreciation of that, of how we're made, and being willing to bring that forward. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. And I can hear your heart in that as you're sharing and the depth of your belief in that. So I know you have had the honor and the privilege of walking by many people and supporting them in building a meaningful legacy. Would you mind sharing a little bit of how you do that, how you walk beside others and help them?
Well, I think for me, that's looked a lot of different ways. My husband is a pastor of a pretty large church in our area, and so that can become a really public role with a lot of people's expectations on you as far as what that looks like. And then I had my own interests. I do love to write. I love words. I love reading. I love all of that. And so that became something that was important to me. Then we had kids, and I wanted to know how to come alongside them. And then I would just look around at people around me and think, I'd be waiting in the line at school or in a work setting, and you can just see that people are, they're sometimes I feel like they're just kind of lost in their little worlds. And so a lot of what I do to come alongside other people is to just really see them and to let them know that they're seen and that they're not just blending in with all the other standards. I think social media has done us a real disservice at times, feeling like we need to be this certain way or live up to these expectations. And so just trying to let them know they're seen and loved.
Beautiful. And I love that, how many of us would love to be truly seen and accepted and loved and can feel lost and isolated. And I think that's a real gift that you have and your willingness to build that bridge to connect with them, lean in, and let them know you see them and you celebrate who they are and how they're made. I think that's beautiful and powerful, and something at a heart level so many of us are looking for and seeking. And I'm curious because you've shared sometimes there's this range of how we get to show up in our life, and you've touched on that your husband's a pastor or minister, and that you have a bit of a kind of a public role in space in your community and in your church, that you're in the public and seen in that way. So it's a public life. And I'd love for you to share how you have found wisdom in that to navigate those waters in a public way, when I know, and you have shared this as well, that you've been through different journeys in your life. You're a daughter, and there have been some challenges there with her health. How have you managed to find balance in that for you? Because I think that's part of, as we're looking at excellence and we're looking at legacy and we're looking at stepping to our potential, how do we find balance? How have you learned to find balance in that so that the whole journey is sustainable?
Yeah, that's been an ongoing process for me. Sometimes it means what I mentioned at the very beginning of the show, and that's just being mindful of knowing who I am and when I need to pull back and rest, whether that's taking a whole day to rest or whether that's just being mindful throughout my day to say, okay, this to-do list can stop for a minute and I need to take a moment of solitude and really regroup. And so when all the demands of life are coming at me, you mentioned my teenage daughter, she has epilepsy, and that's presented some challenges for our family. And so just learning how to love my family well, love the women at our church well, in my role as a teacher and a mentor there. And then, of course, the public life that my husband has definitely makes it so that, I want to be a kind of person who's authentic for those people. And so I'm pretty open at sharing my journey with people so that they can be encouraged and take what they can from that.
And I think that is such a gift, and willing to trust others with your journey as you're ebbing and flowing, and being authentic on that. And I think that's really powerful and really beautiful. And I appreciate that willingness to share who you are all along the journey. And it's such a gift for anyone that has the opportunity to know you and interact with you. I'd like to see, is there, absolutely. Is there anything else on your heart as we are reflecting back on our conversation today that you're wanting to share around unmasking your potential? What is it that you would like to expand in and share with our listeners today in that area?
I think the only other thing I would put out there is just, I think a lot of times we think that we have to protect ourselves, and sometimes we do. I mean, I've definitely been hurt in the public sphere. Sometimes I'm vulnerable, and people use that against our family or whatever. But I think our go-to then is to kind of think, I've got to put up walls and keep myself inside this safe space that I can control all the time. And I think there's a lot to be said for taking risks, and whether that's being hospitable and welcoming people in. And you can do that when you walk into Starbucks and talk to your barista, that can look a lot of different ways, having that spirit of welcome and acceptance. And so I think it's kind of counterintuitive. And honestly, because I'm a Christian, Jesus is a lot of my model for what that should look like, because that was the kind of person he was. And so that's the thing I would add. I think it's counterintuitive, but I think it's the way to actually unmask the potential that you have.
So being open and warm and welcoming to others, and being willing to initiate, it sounds like that connection from that open, authentic place, and trust that others will come alongside and will, when your hand's outstretched, will take your hand as you are reaching out far more than will not. Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate it. And for those of you who are wanting to connect further with Shannon towards the end of the show, we're going to let you know how to do that. So stay tuned. We are getting ready to go to our next commercial break. And as we do that, I want you to think about what has been laid on your heart from what Shannon has shared with us. Is there perhaps a way you could be showing up a little bit more in who you are and how you are in your journey? Are you really looking at how you want to be in your life and being more of that than perhaps what others are speaking into how they think you should have and be and live your life? And are you taking time as you need it for you? So enjoy these 2 minutes. Take a breath, breathe in and integrate, and we'll look forward to continuing our conversation in just 2 minutes.
Think you've seen everything there is to see in online television? Let us surprise you. Visit voiceamerica.tv today for sports, health, business, and more on demand 24/7.
Rebecca Hall-Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Sustainable success is just around the corner. If you are an entrepreneur, business leader, or anybody looking for their next level of success, tune into Sustainable Success with host Chris Salem. Did you know that the path to success is a long path that started many years ago? The path you started on then determines what is happening now. Chris and his amazing guests in their field will help you navigate the path to sustainable success every Thursday at 12 noon Eastern Time and 9 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Influencers Channel.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Tune in to the Voice America Variety channel on the Voice America Talk Radio Network. Voice America Variety broadcasts a diverse array of topics, reaching a global community. Our experts come from all walks of life, and the topics they discuss are everything from current events, arts and entertainment, leadership, parenting, relationships, self-improvement, career advice, and a variety of other topics. Check us out today. You're sure to find something of interest. Voice America Variety. Talk on today's hot topics.
Change starts here. Change starts now. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall-Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes, that you gave yourself that opportunity to stop, pause, breathe, integrate, and receive everything that is being spoken into your heart, into your spirit, and into your life. And with that, we're continuing our conversation about unmasking our potential, fully stepping into our excellence, and during this segment, drumroll, we are also making an exciting announcement. So I want you leaning in and listening. So let me introduce our next amazing guest. You heard from him on a heart level, and I want to share a little bit of his amazing background. So Dr. Vince Richabeau is an international speaker, and consultant who brings a wealth of experience and high level of growth and innovation to every organization he's been part of or supported. He is the president of Center for Expert Performance Incorporated, and he brings 20 plus years of experience helping leaders produce top-notch results and has amazing experience with organizations like IBM, the Bank of America, Ameritech, Motorola, and Discover Card, just to name a few. He is passionate about changing the way we lead so we can get excellent results in all areas that we are called to bring forward. Please lean in and warmly welcome the powerful Dr. Vince Richabo to the show. Welcome!
Oh, thank you. Thank you. What a great introduction. Thanks.
You are welcome. I'm thrilled to have you joining us today and looking forward to your exciting announcement and all that you're going to be sharing with us today. To start our conversation, I'd love for you to share, why is the work that you do supporting leaders, why is that so important to you on a personal level?
I've been around so many leaders who struggle to produce results in their organization. They struggle because they don't know what to do or what to practice to become great and to produce amazing results. And so I see so much potential in so many people. And the book that I've written and my work all tries to help individuals to grow their expertise, and I give them ideas about what to practice so that they can become great and produce those amazing results that they deserve to produce.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I like that they deserve to produce. Do you mind sharing a little bit about that? Because I think sometimes we can have this imposter syndrome, or I feel like we're not worthy of some of the results that we're looking to bring forward. I'd love for you to share a little bit about that.
I can't tell you how many times I've heard leaders who are extraordinary diminish what they're doing, saying, oh, it's just something I do.
Yes.
And so many of us have so many great talents, so many great strengths that we think are ordinary. And for all of us, we need to look at those talents and those strengths, hold the mirror up, get somebody else to hold the mirror up so that we can see those extraordinary talents, and then ourselves become amazing and produce those results. As I say, we deserve to because it's part of us.
So powerful. Thank you. And to me, that is such an amazing way to unmask our potential and to step more fully into it, remembering to allow that mirror in our life and to listen when people speak that truth into us, instead of like where you're saying, well, I just do that. We can minimize it, diminish it, brush it off. But really taking it in can help us continue to do all that we're called to do. Really powerful. So you have done so many amazing things in the area of performance and in leadership, and really helping organizations get amazing results from your team, from their teams, and all that they're looking to move forward. Is there a success story that comes to your heart and mind of all of those? I know there's so many, that is one that you would like to share with us today. I'd love to hear one.
Sure. I was working with a large credit card company, and people were struggling. Some people were even concerned that they were going to lose their jobs. And working with their leadership, working with those individuals, helped them understand exactly what they needed to do and practice to become top-notch people. And the leadership then helped those individuals grow and develop. And one fellow who was really afraid of losing his job doubled his sales in just 90 days. And the whole group that we worked with grew 40% in just 90 days.
That is so powerful to get those kind of results on an organizational level and a group level in just 90 days, and going from concerned about their positions, not even necessarily their results, but the positions, having their jobs, to shifting to incredible results and being able to move forward in powerful ways. So that was turned around really, really quickly. Thank you for sharing that. Really powerful. Was there anything else that you'd like to add to that you took away in that experience with them, or that they took away from that?
Well, I think it goes back again to our leadership. Sometimes we just don't know what to practice. I'm a musician. I have practiced all my life. And it's easy because we know the pathway to produce excellent music. Many leaders don't know what that pathway is. And what I've taken away from it is the pathways are oftentimes there. We just don't see them. And I've tried to make that visible for everybody so they can see how they can become extraordinary and produce those amazing outcomes.
How powerful to have pathways built and to know that we can practice. You're absolutely right. We expect to practice in certain fields, but we don't know what to practice or what to necessarily do in the area of leadership to bring it to a point of excellence. So I'm excited that you are creating those pathways and making them visible for so many leaders. That's going to lift up all organizations, all leaders, and that has a global impact as more and more step forward. So I'm very excited about the work you do, and I'd love for you to share your exciting announcement that you have.
Yes. So my book called Expert Performance, Achieve Extraordinary Results with the Team You Have is coming out on Amazon Kindle November 6th. That's the launch date for an introductory offering price of 99 cents. And then it's going to be available in hard copy a number of weeks later.
So exciting. So everybody take a moment, write that down. November 6th, you heard it here first. His amazing book is going to be available for $1. That's so exciting to have this amazing resource and add it to your library. So it'll be available on Amazon, and I believe it's for the first 24, maybe 48 hours that it'll be available. So please mark that on your calendar. We always like to bring you upcoming opportunities and resources like this. And I've had the opportunity to read this book, and it's so powerful and impactful. And as I went chapter by chapter, I found, and what was one of the things I know, Dr. Vince, you and I have talked about this, that there's so much valuable information and content in your book, but it's never overwhelming. It's given to us in such a way that you can apply it and you can integrate it into your life, into your business, and start approaching how you're doing things in a more powerful way. Really found it insightful. And I'd love for you to share, in your words, a little bit more about your book and why you're excited about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It has a number of chapters, 10 that are the basic chapters that teach people step by step on how to do things from the very basics, like hiring, moving on to how do we onboard employees, how do we engage them, how do we use the power of strengths, how do we lead leaders and delegate more effectively. And one of the most important chapters is on how do we influence more effectively. And every chapter, I'm excited about it because it has so many great stories in there. And I don't know about everybody else, but I learned so well when I have stories. Those are the things that I remember, the stories. So each item's illustrated with stories from my experience and from others.
So beautiful. And I know there was a beautiful story in there about your father and the influence and impact he had on so many people. And you're absolutely right. I remember stories as well as I'm learning and gaining information. I think part of how you have woven the stories into the book makes it where you're able to retain that information and use it as the reader moves forward. And you've also designed the book in a way that people can go right to that chapter or section that they're looking for support in. And I know you put a lot of thought into creating the structure of the book. Is there anything you'd like to add about that?
Yeah, I also have something I think is unique, is there's an assessment that people can take afterwards. So by assessment, I mean kind of testing where you are in, say, hiring or where you are in influencing and getting some results, getting some feedback about how you're doing compared to others. And I'm pretty excited about that, too. So that's available in the book also.
Wonderful. I love it. That creates an interactive experience. How powerful to be able to measure and see where you are. And that helps us know where to focus in a little bit more for wanting to grow and expand in that particular area. So I'm very excited about your book coming out. Is there any final thoughts you'd like to share that you hope readers gain from it, or you want them to know about your powerful book?
Yeah, there is. And it's in the conclusion, which I hope people read, and it's a story of about my daughter. You'll have to read it, but it illustrates the power of care, compassion, and understanding in leadership I learned from my daughter. So I hope that folks will have a chance to read that. She is an adoptee from China, and I saw her just blossom and grow after we brought her home by the care, compassion, not just but from us as parents, but from our community around and from our church. So it's a very powerful story, but it's so apropos for leaders to understand how important that is for their people to grow, understand, lead with compassion, and produce results through their people that way.
So powerful. And I love how you're creating a little bit of a cliffhanger here. So listeners, please mark on your calendar November 6th. You want to make sure that you lean in and add this amazing book to your library. And we'd love to have you help us get the word out. You're going to see posts in social media. So as you're following us on Facebook under Rebecca Hall Grider, make sure to watch for the posts that we're going to be doing about the book in celebration of its launch on November 6th. We'd love to have as many people as possible lean in and help us get the word out. We want to impact as many people as possible with this amazing book, because imagine all of us being able to support each other to be all that we are called to be, to step into our respective brilliance, to allow all of us to blossom and shine as we step into our own expert performance and achieve excellent results. So please mark that on your calendar. As we get ready to go to our next commercial break, I want to give you these 2 minutes to be present, to stop, pause, breathe, and integrate what's being spoken into your heart and into your spirit. And we'll look forward to talking to you in just 2 minutes.
Follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN. Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
There's a new force to be reckoned with in talk radio. It's Not Just Talk Radio, hosted by LaTanya Jr. and co-hosts Tina Wynn and Tony Brown. Not Just Talk Radio is like a superhero, inspiring, problem-solving, and informing, packed with action-provoking conversations from news, movements, and social and politics issues. This program is about a wide range of voices and fresh points of view from experts, celebrities, and you, the listener. Not Just Talk Radio is broadcast live Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Influencers Channel.
Rebecca Hall Grider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Become a member of VoiceAmerica.com. It's easy, and best of all, it's free. Start out by going to our homepage or any of our channels and click register at the top. Once you've created an account and signed in, you can create your own custom library, opt into our newsletter, search by show, host, guest, or topic of interest, or browse millions of hours of content across all of our Voice America radio channels. Membership gets you more. Visit voiceamerica.com today to get started and tailor the listening experience to your taste.
We don't follow, we lead. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall-Griter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes just for you. Here's your extra credit bonus opportunity for those of you who like extra credit and bonuses. Mm-hmm. At the end of the show, I want to encourage you to add 2 minutes. When the show completes, take 2 minutes to stop, process, breathe, and you could even make it 5 if you really want to stretch these muscles. And give yourself an opportunity to process, breathe, receive everything that is here for you today. And take a couple moments just for you before you rush back out into the day and into your life. Do it with purpose. And by giving yourself those couple moments, it allows you that moment to receive, process, and then step forward from that place rather than feeling like life is coming at you and you're just running with it. You can step forward in a purposeful way and a mindful way. And it'll be amazing how the day will flow. I want you to take a moment and look back at your page if you're taking notes, or back in wherever you wrote the information that you received at the opening of our show, which was, what is it that you need today and are willing to receive? And just see, perhaps some of that has already been met just in our time together today. Or it's a reminder, let me look for it with these eyes, with this heart. I'm ready to receive this. So it's kind of remembering what it is that you need and are willing to receive. And we want to claim that for you, lift that up for you as you get ready to go back out into the world. And I promised, as we were talking with Shannon, that I would let you know how you could connect with her further if you wanted to do so. And so we're going to take a moment here and give you an opportunity to connect further with Shannon and with Dr. Vince. And I'm actually, Dr. Vince, you don't know this, I'm going to have you do something special so you're prepared. As I would like you to pronounce your name when we get to your section in the way that you did behind the scenes, because it just sounds so amazing when we bring the Italian into your name. So be prepared for that. So listeners, right now, Shannon, I'd love for you to share, how can we connect with you further if we want to take things to a deeper level with you?
Really, the best way is probably either my blog, which is Shannon S. as in Sam, McKee.com. That's where I write and share my heart, and you can interact with me there, even connect with me by email there, or on Facebook at Shannon Sebring McKee. So those are the best ways.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. And you're also one of our, I'm gonna add this in, you're one of our amazing columnists in the RHG magazine and TV guides. I know they can also enjoy your column and connect with you there as well. So we're thrilled to have you as one of our powerful writers. And any final thoughts, piece of advice, or tip you want to share with our listeners today?
As I was thinking about that, I thought, I just be mindful that you are leaving a legacy, even in the small things throughout the day. Realize that as you bump around into other people who are around you, realize that you have an opportunity to impact all day long, no matter what you're doing.
Beautiful. And let's harness that for good that we want to bring forward.
Exactly.
The impact that we want.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Thank you. Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And then behind the scenes, listeners, we were talking about the show, because we do that a little bit behind the scenes. And then Dr. Vince was bringing in the full Italian to share how his name can be pronounced in Italian, and it just sounded so grand and amazing. I wanted to share that with all of you. So, Dr. Vince, would you pronounce your name in Italian?
Okay, here you go. You're ready?
I'm ready.
Vincenzo. It's Vincenzo Reciopo.
Ah, I love how that feels and sounds. Thank you. And I'd love for you to share how people can get in touch with you, take things to a deeper level. I know you're always open to having a conversation about leadership. How can they go deeper with you?
Well, I will just say that I've had the experience of calling authors. They rarely get calls. It's unfortunate. There's such great opportunities to share. So I'm going to give you my cell phone. This is a direct line. It's 847-840-9926. So it's 847-840-9926. Or you can email me. Now, I'm going to make it easy on you. I'm not going to give you my last name. That's one of my emails. You can write to Vince, V-I-N-C-E, at expertperformance.com. Expertperformance.com. I also have a website. I have blogs on my website, and that is www.expertperformance.com. You can also reach me on Twitter. And I signed up for Twitter years ago, so I have the world's easiest Twitter handle. It's Vince R. V-I-N-C-R as in Romeo. World's easiest. So that's how you can reach me. And I really do want to engage people in conversation, so feel free to contact me.
I love it. Thank you so much for making yourself available to our listeners in such a powerful way. So listeners, no excuse. Don't be shy. Vince is ready. Vincent, I can't do it. Say it again. Say it one more time.
It's
Dr.
Reciopo. That's why everybody calls me Vince.
Vince. There we go. Be excited to lean in and connect with Dr. Vince to take things to a deeper level. And I'd love for you to share any reminder, tip, piece of advice you'd like our listeners to have as they get ready to go back out into the world.
Sure. Remember that you all are extraordinary. You have extraordinary strengths and capabilities. Talk to other people, hear about it, listen for it, write it down, and use those amazing strengths and capabilities every single day.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it. Well, listeners, as you get ready to go back out into the world, I just want to underline what Dr. Vince says, and I want to encourage you, write down that November 6th. That's another way you can get more of Dr. Vince. November 6th, his amazing book is coming out. We want you to write that on your calendar, mark it down, because you're going to get that special opportunity to lean in for $1 on November 6th for the first 24 hours, and we want to help this book reach as many people as possible. And I love what both Shannon and Dr. Vince are reminding you, that you are a gift. You have amazing gifts and talents and abilities, and you can choose how you're bringing them forward every single day. I believe that you were made for such a time as this, beautifully, wonderfully, and exquisitely. So one of the biggest differences you can make in the world is being willing to share the gift of you. And every day, as Shannon was saying, as you bump into people, you have this opportunity to influence. And I want to encourage you to do that on purpose, mindfully. You have an opportunity to impact people in a really powerful way, life by life, heart by heart. So you are a gift, and every one of those moments is an opportunity to impact people in a positive way. So as you get ready to go back out to the world, remember that you matter, you're needed, and you were made for such a time as this. May you choose to bloom where you're planted and shine. Share the gift of who you are out in the world, powerfully and purposely. Have an amazing week, everyone. We'll talk to you next time.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall-Greiter, next Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Influencers channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Empowerment channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.